Well, here we are, guys, and I'm trying to be very, very high level in what I'm going to be talking about as far as the names that I'm going to be saying, because every time I do a political video, I keep getting flagged or whatever, censored, and that's why you haven't seen me do any political videos for a while, because some of y'all says, Dan, you're better at doing stuff about Jesus and God and concepts of life. And some of y'all say, man, I missed those political videos because I wanted to hear your opinion on those things. And so it's just so hard to be tone deaf, culturally tone deaf to what's going on right now in the world, right? And so it's almost like I would be retarded. Excuse bad word. So I would be tone deaf to just keep going business as usual and not really have a video about what's going on right now with Russia invading in Ukraine. And this is a bit of a rant, frustration, and just pointing out the obvious of what's going on today in our world. Previous administration, there was peace everywhere. Peace with Russia, peace with North Korea. In fact, it was the first time ever, or in a long time, whatever it was, that the president was able to step into North Korea and shake his hand at the south and the north border. And if you were just to point your gun to the North Koreans, if the South Koreans were to point their guns to the North Koreans, that was enough to declare war. That is the intensity in what was going on there. And then the previous administration, love or hate him or them, were able to accomplish that, where he walked over and shook his hand, meet him there. That is amazing. Sure, he is a dictator. Sure, there's a lot of things going on with North Korea and who runs that. And though we're not saying that we're buddies with them, but if we can even make peace with our enemies, then why not, right? There's a lot of people that don't like me, I'm sure. What's not to like, right? I'm a good guy. That's good. But my point is, you got that, you got gas prices, you got the economy, you got so much. I mean, I could talk about so much good that came. And the only thing that was negative, it was the propaganda from MSM trying to just smash him with all this stuff. Sure, we had a, BLM, rioting the streets and all that stuff. That was kind of unfortunate. I think deep in the heart of the people that really meant well, but the leaders of the BLM movement, I think they had a agenda, a selfish agenda. Sure, Black Lives Matter. I totally agree with that. Puerto Rican lives matter. Mexican lives matter. Asian, Indian, all lives matter at that point. But I understand the heart behind Black Lives Matter on why they took the streets to protest peacefully. For the ones that destroyed all of Portland and did all that stuff, I think that was infused, paid for propaganda and violence to prove a point and to make things look worse and make the last administration look racist, which is insane, because if you look at when he was not in office, he was not worshipped, but pretty much invited to everything, rap videos and all kinds of Hollywood stuff, and he was never deemed that. But whatever, that is rather here and there. But the point is, let's have a logical understanding and perspective of what we see today, guys. And if you voted for the left side, look at where we are today, and please tell me, put in the comments below, tell me, just give me 5 things that are good going on right now. Give me 5 things. And we've just been here a year with this new administration, new commander-in-chief. Tell me one thing, no, 5 things, 3 things, or even one. I doubt you find even one, but give me 5 things that you can list that impacted our America, our United States of America, for the good. Waiting, right? In fact, there's even more division in the political world. There's even more division in what's real and what's not, what's false information on the what anti-Rona and everything else. And it's just trying to find one thing. In fact, let's actually look at the data, right? We're 7.5% inflation, and even the economist says that's not even accurate. What's accurate is actually worse than that. They're saying 14%, and that's being conservative, right? And then if you really look at it, it's actually way more than that, maybe even 30 to 40% of inflation this year. Think of how much gas cost you. It doubled. Think about a milk how much a milk carton cost you. A gallon of milk cost you. You got eggs, you got all these things, these groceries you're like, man, like we budgeted good, we're shrewd with our money, we're good stewards, and we're barely breaking even. Those things, those prices brings it to about 30 to 40%. Look at the house market right here in Hawaii. It is insane. It is 40 to 50% more than what they're really worth. Your US dollar is not as valuable as it used to be, right? That is inflation. When they keep printing money, trillions of dollars, and I'm talking the left and I'm talking about the right, right? I'm talking about both sides of the party, everyone, not everyone, but the ones that want their pockets lined up with money, the pockets in these deals, and they approve these big trillion-dollar budgets. They don't have the money. You might as well pull out Monopoly and take that money and go to the store and buy it. They are printing money, guys, and it's all catching up. It's all catching up. And so now you have that inflation. You have now, there's no more peace in the world. You have the debacle of pulling out our troops in the east. Do I agree we should have pulled out our troops from there? Yes. In the way we did it? No. It was like we didn't know. I mean, I probably have no military background, but I think I could have done a little better job than what they did, right? In fact, I've talked to people who are in special ops, who are in that world, and they said, yeah, that is the dumbest way to do it, right? And so what happened with that? Big failure, big embarrassment for America. And now we got the Russia and Ukraine thing, right? Oh my gosh, what's happening with that? You got possibly China is going to hit Taiwan, because when Russia is seeing that they're getting no reproach, no resistance from the world, especially America. And I'm not saying we need to fight everyone's war. I'm not saying we got to be a policeman of everything. But man, like, how did Trump have peace with Russia? We didn't send any troops over there, right? How? Oops, I said his name. I might get dinged. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said his name. In fact, I might even trigger some of you. Sorry. Like, how, right? And so, oh, it's good. He's in bed with it. No, hey, we had peace, right? And so all I'm saying is, we got Taiwan and I mean China. Possibly they're gonna say, well, no one's doing anything to Russia, so maybe China might make a move to Taiwan, because we can't take a look at, or the UN cannot take a look at what's going on in Ukraine and then try to help people in Taiwan. And then you got Mr. North Korea himself. He's gonna be jealous of all the attention on Putin and China, and they're, hey, I want some action too. And maybe, even though he's cannot really take South Korea, because South Korea is just way stronger than he is and more powerful, he still might do something stupid, right? And so just so that attention can go on him again. And so there's chaos, right? You got what I think China is funding the Taliban, is taking over Iran, or you know, where we just went out, and you know, and Iraq, and I think that is yet to come. What's the disaster of that is yet to come, to see what if we would have kept the Iraqis in place, and they would have and we would have trained them better. If we would have did transition where we're not giving all this military equipment to the Taliban, I think they would never have got control. But you know what? That's again yet another failure from the current administration. I mean, can I go on? I can. But oh my gosh, what is going on? And that's just 1 year. This is 1 year, guys. We are at the cusp of World War III, literally. Now Russia just said, you know what, our nuclear defense team is now on high alert. Are you kidding me? This is 1 year. 1 year, right? And America is a peacemaker. America is the powerhouse, or was the powerhouse. America was in control of, not control, I would say was to be respected, to Think about even the president before the past administration. He said, do this and we're gonna do this. So then what happened? They crossed that line. And what did America do? Nothing, right? And so with the bad tweet guy, the angry classless tweet guy, he said, I'm gonna do this. And they say, okay, we're gonna cross that line. And they crossed that line and he did what he said he was gonna do. Hence why there was peace, because America is someone to reckon with. It is someone you better watch out. We would destroy you. We would take you out, right? But now, because they know the current administration is not as strong as the past administration, they're saying now it's time to do our corrupt agenda. Whether it's good or bad, regardless, there's not peace in the world. The stock market is redonkulously crazy, volatile and down and up and down and up, right? You got so much stuff going on right now that it's just not good. And so those who voted on the left, please let me know what are the good things that has happened since we had this new administration. Please tell me what good has happened. Please tell me how this current administration said he was going to unite the people of America, that he was continuing on with his peace. No, he did so much stuff. We got people coming, I don't know, from Canada, going to not Canada, the truckers heading over there to Washington, you know, because they're ticked off. I mean, the pipeline, I mean, you go on and on. You got the border crisis. I mean, let's go. And this is just out of memory. I can't remember everything. Like, I could go do a long laundry list of things that this current administration has failed us. Approval rating of 37%, which is the worst in forever. Like, what more do you want? What more do you want to show you, right? And I'm not saying the right side doesn't have corrupt politicians. I'm not saying that this man before this current administration was perfect, an angel. I am not that kind of guy. I call them out on certain things like, whoa, that's kind of iffy, right? And so I am not that kind of guy. However, let's look at our lives for 1 year ago and then 4 years, and look at your life today. The volatility, the uncertainty, the craziness that's going on in the world and the geopolitical news. And this guy decides to go on vacation this past weekend. Vacation. And so, I don't know. Tell me, am I wrong in thinking what I'm thinking? Maybe there's tons of things that this current administration has done that's good. I don't know. I might be wrong, right? But oh my gosh, there is so many people that are scared and don't know what's going on with their life in the future. I have hope. I think things are hopefully going to turn around, but I don't know if we're going to last another 3 years of this current administration. It's not like we can change it, right? And so another 3 years of this administration doing what they're doing, I just don't know how we're gonna be in a better place. I just don't see it. Maybe you see it. Tell me how it's gonna plan out. Tell me now. I will say, this year, November, when we vote, that we will win, for sure, the Senate, possibly the House, and then I think we would get our country back. When I say we will win, I do vote more conservative. I do vote more right, but hopefully they get rid of all the rhinos out there that are saying they are this way and they're going to do this way, but they're really rhinos, right? And so I think we might have hope this November to where we have control, and just look at this president try to do these mandates, these executive orders that just get rejected by the court system, get rejected by even the CDC are not even agreeing with what he said. There's just, come on guys, let's try to be rational here. Let's be logical here, and get out of the echo chamber of your life. Listen to people who don't agree with you, like what I do. Hey, and there's sometimes I'm like, man, I was wrong in thinking in that way or having that perspective. And when you vote this year, think about everything that's going on right now. And I think this year, because of the House and the Senate, is going to go, if you're on the left, I'm sorry, it's definitely going to go right. We might be able to save this country. We might be able to help in some ways, right? But as far as globally, geopolitically, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know how we're going to have a current administration continue to go the way they're going, with no answers, no backbone, wishy-washy for another 3 years. What do you think? Tell me. Is there hope in the future? Or man, this is doomsday, this is the end of the world, this is revelation. Oh my gosh, we're about to all just go away. I don't know. I don't think that, but I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. It's a political video. I haven't done one in a while. It feels good to talk about politics sometimes, even though I think at the end of the day, I am a citizen of heaven. I always say I'm a citizen of heaven first. And the world and the people who govern this side of heaven, I would try to support based off of what I believe in and what is closer to the Word of God versus casting out all restraints. So that is my political thoughts, and I will end with this. My goal with these videos is always to give you a different perspective, and that my ceiling becomes your floor, and that you would go further than I ever have gone with the knowledge, the information, with the testimony, with the experience I had, so that you could succeed in life in whatever capacity that may be. Aloha.